Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Mr. English Daily. How are you doing today? How is your English learning going? Remember, every journey starts with a small step, and today we are going to take that step together. I am Emily, and I am so happy you are here with us today. Hello, Emily, and hello, everyone watching right now. It is so wonderful to see our English family again. I am Paul, and today we are continuing our series called Learn English Step by Step. The secret to daily English success. This journey is going to change the way you think about learning English forever.
Paul, I want to ask you something very important, something that so many students ask me every single day. Why is it that even after studying English for years and years, people still cannot speak fluently? They read books, they study grammar, they memorize long vocabulary lists, but when someone asks them a simple question in English, their mind just goes completely blank. Why does that happen?
Emily, that is truly one of the most important questions in English learning. And the answer is something that most people never realize. You see, the problem is not that students are not smart enough. The problem is not that English is too difficult. The real problem is something much simpler than that. Most students spend all their time learning rules, but they never build habits. And speaking English is not about rules. Speaking English is about habits. Habits. That is such an interesting word, Paul. Can you explain more about what you mean? Of course, Emily. Think about it this way. When you learned to walk as a child, nobody gave you a long list of rules about walking. Nobody said put your left foot forward at exactly this angle and then move your right foot in this specific direction. No, you simply tried again and again every single day until walking became completely natural. That is a habit. And speaking English must become the same kind of habit. So you are saying that the secret is not to study more and more grammar rules but to actually use English every single day in real-life situations? Exactly, Emily. If you study English once a week and then forget about it for 6 days, your brain will forget everything very quickly. But if you use English every single day, even for just a few minutes, your brain starts to build strong connections. Those connections become habits, and those habits become fluency.
I love that, Paul. So the real secret is daily use, not perfect grammar. You can make small mistakes. That is completely fine. The goal is to communicate, not to be perfect.
Exactly right. And this brings us to something very important that beginners need to hear. If you are just starting your English journey and you only know a few words, do not be discouraged. Do not wait until you know more words before you start speaking. Start right now with what you have. Start with short, simple sentences using the words you already know. Listen carefully, repeat what you hear, and shadow the speakers you admire. Can you give us an example of that, Paul? Show everyone how simple sentences can be a powerful start. Of course. Repeat after me right now, everyone. I learn English. Say it again. I learn English. Now try this one. I practice every day. Again. I practice every day. And now this one. I can speak English. Say it with confidence. I can speak English. I can speak English. That felt really good to say, Paul. You know, sometimes we underestimate the power of simple sentences, but those simple sentences are actually creating strong habits in our brain every single time we say them. Absolutely, Emily. And that leads us to the next big question. Why do some people learn English so quickly, while others struggle for years and years? What is their secret? I have always wondered that myself, Paul. Some people seem to just pick up English so naturally and so fast. What are they doing differently? The answer is actually very simple. They use English every single day in small but meaningful ways. They do not just sit down with a textbook for 2 hours and then forget about English for the rest of the day. Instead, they listen to English music while they cook. They watch English videos while they relax. They talk to friends in English whenever they have the chance. And most importantly, they think in English inside their own minds throughout the whole day. They do not just study English. They live the language. Live the language. I absolutely love that phrase, Paul. It feels so different from just saying study the language. Yes, it is completely different. So from today, I want everyone watching to make a decision. Stop just studying English and start living English. When you wake up in the morning, ask yourself in English, what am I doing today? When you look out the window, say in English, what do I see? When you feel something, describe it in English. What do I feel right now? These small moments of English thinking will transform your learning faster than any grammar book ever could.
Oh, Paul, that means I can use English even when I am completely alone. I do not need a classroom. I do not need a teacher standing in front of me. I can be my own English environment anywhere and anytime.
Exactly. English is not only for the classroom. It is for your kitchen, your bedroom, your garden, your commute to work, your evening walk. It is for every single moment of your daily life. When you understand this, everything changes. I see that now. And I think the real question that every learner should be asking themselves is not why cannot I speak fluently? The real question is, am I using English every single day? Because if the answer to that question is yes, fluency will come naturally with time. Beautifully said, Emily. That is the heart of our lesson today. Let us say our first lesson together right now slowly and clearly. I use English every day. Say it again. I use English every day. I build good habits. Again, I build good habits. I can learn step by step. One more time. I can learn step by step. Wonderful. Now let us keep this energy going and move forward. Let us talk about something that connects to everything we have been saying. The idea of joining this journey together as a community. Paul, I understand now so deeply that learning English is not really about memorizing rules. It is about building habits. It is about using the language every day in small and consistent ways. And when we build those habits together as a community of learners, we grow so much faster than when we try to do it alone. So what we are doing today is not just another English lesson. We are beginning a beautiful journey together from zero to confidence. Yes, every learner watching right now, no matter where you are in the world, no matter what your level is, you can walk this road with us. This journey belongs to all of us. And you know, this journey is very much like traveling to a new and exciting destination. Except this time we are traveling inside our own minds. We are discovering new words, new ideas, new ways of seeing the world, and most importantly, new confidence in ourselves. That sounds incredibly exciting, Paul. But I want to be honest with everyone watching because I know that sometimes the journey feels very long and very difficult. Sometimes we feel like giving up. Yes, and that feeling is completely normal. Every single learner feels tired sometimes. Sometimes we say to ourselves, this is too hard, or I will start again tomorrow, or maybe English is just not for me. We have all said those things at some point. Oh yes, I have said I will do it tomorrow so many times in my life, more times than I can count. We all have, Emily. But here is the most important thing to remember. If you take just one small step every single day, you never stop moving forward. Even the tiniest step counts. Even just one new word or one short sentence spoken out loud is progress. And progress, no matter how small, is always worth celebrating. One small step every single day. That is so simple but so powerful when you really think about it. And the best part is that you are never alone on this journey. You have a community of learners all around the world who are feeling exactly what you feel, struggling with exactly what you struggle with, and celebrating the same small victories that you celebrate. That is so comforting to know. And we want to invite everyone watching right now to truly become part of this family. If you enjoy learning with us, please click like and subscribe to Mr. English Daily. When you subscribe, you become part of something bigger than just a YouTube channel. You join a global community of English learners who support each other every single day. And please share this video with a friend who is just beginning their English journey. Because when we learn together, we learn so much faster. And when we learn together, we never have to feel alone. Paul, I want to address something that I hear very often from learners of all ages. Some people believe that they are simply told to learn English. They think that the time for learning has passed and that it is too late to start. I hear that so much as well. But I want to say this as clearly and as firmly as possible. It is never too late to start learning English. Never. Not at 30. Not at 50. Not at 70. The human brain has an incredible capacity to learn at any age. Never too late. I want everyone to really hear those words and believe them. Because English is not about your age. English is about your attitude. If you decide today that you are going to start, and if you take that one small step today, then you will already be better than you were yesterday. And that is all that matters. Shall we help our learners take their very first real step right now together? Yes. Let us do it. Friends, repeat after us slowly, clearly, and with feeling. I start my English journey today. Say it. I start my English journey today. I am not afraid. Again, I am not afraid. I can learn step by step. One more time. I can learn step by step. You have just taken your first big step, and we are so proud of you. Now let us move forward to something very important. Let us talk about the real problem that almost every English learner faces, the problem that holds so many people back from reaching their true potential.
The problem we all know so well. We learn English, but then we forget it. We study hard, and then a week later, it is all gone. Let us talk about why that happens and what we can do about it. I want to be completely honest with everyone, Paul. When I was a student, I studied English for many years. I knew all the grammar rules. I could write long vocabulary lists perfectly. I passed every test with good marks. But when I actually tried to have a real conversation in English, my mouth simply stopped working. The words would not come out. I could not think of anything to say. This is one of the most common experiences in English learning, Emily. Students study English, but they never use English. And there is a massive difference between studying a language and using a language. But why do we forget so quickly? Why can we remember the answers when we are reading a book or doing a test? But when we are in a real conversation, everything disappears. Because our brain learns best and remembers longest when we actually use what we study. If we only read English and write English, the words stay on the page. They stay in the book. They do not move into our mouth. They do not become part of our natural thinking. They never become truly ours. That is such a perfect way to explain it. It is like trying to learn how to swim by reading a book about swimming. You can read every chapter. You can understand every technique perfectly. But if you never actually get in the water and move your arms and legs, you will never learn to swim. The knowledge stays in your head, but it never becomes a real skill. That is the perfect example, Emily. English is exactly the same. You can study grammar rules every single day for years and years. But until you actually open your mouth and speak those words out loud in real situations, you will never truly feel the language. The grammar will stay in your head, but it will never flow naturally from your mouth. So what can we do about this, Paul? How can we use English every day when we do not live in an English-speaking country? When everyone around us speaks a different language? When there is no one to practice with? I am going to share a small but very powerful teacher's secret with you right now. You do not need to live in England or America to use English every day. You can bring English right into your own home. You can create your own English environment wherever you are in the world. Into my own home? That sounds wonderful. But how exactly do we do that? Start with small daily actions that connect English to real life. The first and simplest thing you can do is talk to yourself in English throughout the day. Say out loud what you are doing as you do it. Describe your actions in English as they happen. Oh, like when I am cooking lunch, I can say out loud, I am cutting the vegetables. I am adding the salt. The food smells delicious. Perfect. And when you are cleaning your house, you can say, I am wiping the table. I am sweeping the floor. The room is getting cleaner. And when you sit down for a cup of tea, you can simply say, I am drinking tea. It is warm and delicious. That sounds so easy and honestly kind of fun. I can make my whole day into an English lesson without even sitting down to study. Yes, and this simple trick changes absolutely everything. When you describe real actions with real English words, your brain begins to connect those words directly with the real experience. The word table is no longer just a symbol on a page. It becomes the actual physical object in front of you. That is when real learning happens. So I do not have to study for hours to improve my English. I can just weave English into the small, ordinary moments of my everyday life, and that will make a real difference. Short moments of real use every single day. That is the true secret to daily English success. And instead of always saying, I forgot the word, or I cannot remember how to say this, you start saying, I am using it. I am practicing it right now in this moment. Yes. The new rule for everyone watching is this. Do not just learn it, use it. Use it in your kitchen, use it in your garden, use it in your car, use it everywhere. But Paul, what if I make mistakes when I speak? What if I say the wrong word or use the wrong grammar? What if someone corrects me and I feel embarrassed? Then you're learning faster than you know. Every single mistake you make is a small teacher that is helping you improve. When you make a mistake, your brain pays attention. It notices something went wrong, and it starts working to fix it. That is how real learning happens. So mistakes are not failures. They are actually teachers in disguise. That is exactly right. So from now on, do not say to yourself, I cannot speak English. Say instead, I am learning to speak English. There is a world of difference between those two sentences. One closes a door, and the other opens it wide. I am learning to speak English. That really does feel so much more positive and empowering. It removes the pressure of having to be perfect and replaces it with the freedom to grow. And when you feel positive and free, your brain actually learns faster. Stress and fear slow down learning. Positivity and courage speed it up. So let us bring English into our daily life. Label things in your home. Write English words on small pieces of paper and stick them everywhere. Door, table, mirror, window, chair, fridge, cup, plate. Every object in your home can be your English teacher. When you see the word, you say it. When you touch the object, you say it. And slowly, without even realizing it, your home becomes your own personal English classroom, open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Oh, I love that idea so much. Even my refrigerator becomes part of my English education. Yes, and beyond your home, practice thinking in English throughout the day. When you walk down the street, think in English. I am walking. The sun is shining. The street is busy. I see a tall building. I hear the traffic. I feel the warm breeze. This is how you train your brain to think automatically in English. So, I can have a little English movie playing inside my head wherever I go, and I do not need to translate from my first language. I just directly think and feel in English. Exactly. And when you do this consistently, English stops feeling like a foreign school subject and starts feeling like a natural part of who you are. And if you forget a word, do not stop. Use simple words to express the same idea in a different way. If you forget the word hungry, just say, I want food. If you forget the word beautiful, just say, very nice. Keep speaking. Keep the conversation alive. That is what fluency really means. Fluency means keeping going even when it is not perfect. It means communication, not perfection. I love that. These 4 tricks are so practical and so easy to actually start doing today. Label your world. Think in English. Use simple words. Enjoy English through things you love. Yes. If you love cooking, watch English cooking videos. If you love music, listen to English songs. If you love animals, follow English wildlife channels. When you learn through something you truly love, the words stick to your memory so much faster and so much longer. And now, let us talk about something that makes a truly enormous difference in English learning. Asking yourself small questions in English every single day. Questions are incredibly powerful tools for language learning because when you ask yourself a question, your brain is forced to think in English to find the answer. What time is it? It is morning. Where am I? I am in my room. What am I doing? I am watching a video and practicing my English. These simple question and answer conversations with yourself train your mind to think directly in English without going through your first language first. Every morning you can ask yourself just 3 small questions. What am I doing today? How do I feel this morning? What do I want to learn? These 3 questions take less than 1 minute, but they warm up your English brain and set a positive learning tone for the whole day. Now let us talk about something that is very close to my heart. Something that I think is one of the most beautiful secrets to learning any language. Do not just translate English in your head. Learn to feel English in your heart. When you hear the word rain, Do not think about the translation in your own language. Instead, close your eyes for a moment and imagine the rain falling. Feel the drops on your skin. Hear the sound of it hitting the leaves and the pavement. When you connect English words to real feelings and real images, they become part of you forever. And now let us close today with the 3 magic sentences that you can use every single evening before you go to sleep. These sentences take only 5 minutes. They practice your English, they reflect on your day, and they fill your heart with gratitude. Number 1, I did something today. Say what you actually did. I cooked dinner today. I called a friend today. I walked in the park today. Number 2, I learned something today. I learned a new English word today. I learned to speak more slowly today. I learned to be patient with myself today. Number 3, I am thankful for something today. I am thankful for my family. I am thankful for this beautiful day. I am thankful for learning English.